Hi guys, I thought I'd share with you how I normally keep insects and wasps and such like out in my garden. But it's about 3 months since I made my last lot of this up, and I've now getting full of wasps. I've got so many wasps in the garden, it's unbelievable. I put some little wasp traps out that I made up earlier, but they're just not coping. There's far too many. Can't find any nests, and they're very aggressive. I got bit yesterday, actually 2 days ago now, and stung I should say, on my arm and on my leg, just by walking in my garden. So I've decided that I'm going to get rid of them again. So I'm going to make up this little mix that I do. It's quite an easy one. I found it on the internet a long time ago. I've used it for a few years now and it does work. It's basically three small bottles of beer, or 2 half-litre bottles of beer. So it's a litre of beer, a litre of mouthwash, and Epsom salts. Epsom salts, I bought it from the Amazon, and it's not expensive. You can get, it's a 5 kilo tub I bought. It wasn't very expensive. We use it in the bath and everything, so it's quite good. It's magnesium sulfate, which is basically just Epsom salts. So anyway, I'll show you how we go on with this. This is it. It's quite a huge tub. You get 5 kilo magnesium sulfate, and you use 3 cups of that. I just use a normal cup and an old bucket. So 3 of these go in. I find if you use a full 3, it doesn't actually dissolve quite so well, so I use maybe a little bit less of that. And the cheapest mouthwash you can buy, it's like 70 cents a bottle. Two of those go in. I believe it's the peppermint in the mouthwash that works very well. That's why it's got to be the blue. That fine works. I'll probably recycle one of these. The thing that does hurt me is, unfortunately, I don't have any cheap beer, so this is really painful for me, but well, it's a quick drink first. It's not so good, it's warm, so it's fine. I don't mind pouring warm beer away. If it had been cold out of the fridge, I might not have poured it away. I might drink it. So, one gone. The other 2. It's amazing how long it stays gassy. That's been on quite a while. First 10 is really quite a good beer. Right, now I just need to find a stick and give that all a really good mix. Oh, don't know if you can see it or not, but as I've already got the wasps all flying around me here just now. And I found a really good stick. I found it in my wife's drawer, so it's quite handy. Oh, there's a wasp in it. Oh, well. Now, as the wasps are going absolutely crazy just now, I decided to increase the mixture, make it a little bit stronger. So I've got some of this. This is mint. This is pure essential oil mint. I'm going to add some of that, and I'm going to add some of this. This is eucalyptus. They don't like the smell of these at all, so I'm going to mix in quite a bit of these into the mix. Quite strange to say that I'm actually using all of these oils that wasps are supposed to absolutely hate, and they're flying around me quite happily. That's about half of that one in. Stuff is so thick because it's pure essential oil. That's coming, but see, it doesn't seem to be getting rid of the wasp here at all. Oh, smells nice though. About half. And give another good mix. Happened about 2 weeks ago. The only time I actually got bit was when I went and visited any friends in their gardens. In mine I had no insects at all, no mosquitoes. It was absolutely fantastic. Not so many wasps, but we still had our bees. But no, not so many bees and lots of wasps. So all I've got to do now is transfer that into the spray bottle. Yeah, for some reason I can't find my funnel, so I'm just going to use this Coca-Cola bottle. We actually have a money back on these bottles here, 25 cents or so, but it won't go to waste, so I'm going to cut that, and I'm also going to use that as another wasp trap. Also going to show you later on how to make better wasp traps for these containers, and I'll show you that and show you how we're going with them. Yeah, as you can see, I almost cut the bottle in half, and I can use the half of the bottle as a funnel. Unfortunately, the wasps seem to be quite interested in this because I think the beers may be a little bit still too fresh. The wasps, I should say. Okay. I done my new garden spray up, and works pretty good for the mosquitoes. Unfortunately, the wasps are just going absolute chaos this year. I know a couple of people stung last night, so I've decided that I'm going to make some wasp traps. Now, these are killer traps. They're not to catch and release. I'm going to make two different types. There's one is a bottleneck trap, and you remember I used this is a filler, and I said I was going to use that as part of a trap. Well, this is where I'm going to do it. I went and bought two really cheap plastic boxes, both the same. You see the name on them. You can see the name on them. They're very cheap boxes, and I'm going to use them. One of them I'm going to use is going to be a bait trap, and the other one is going to be a water trap. Now, the water trap, use that. Now, it has to be cut down because it can't go. It's got to go in the top, and can't go all the way to the bottom. So I have to cut a hole in the top of this one and fit that into it so they can get down in through here into the trap. That will be baited with sugar water mix. It's a cup of sugar to a cup of warm water mixed until it's all dissolved, and put in the bottom. You can use beer as well, but the sugar actually works pretty well. But just at this time of the year, they're going wild to try to get meat. They want meat for the larvae. So this one is going to be a meat trap. What I intend to do with this one is the lid. I'm going to cut two slices out of the lid, and in the middle there will be meat hanging. And the bottom will be filled with soapy water. That's just water with a little bit of dish water soap in it. The soap does two things. First off, the soap breaks the surface of the water, so the wasp can actually fall into it and they just sit on the surface. Secondly, the soap itself is a very good killer. It clogs the pores, it clogs the wings, so they can't fly, they can't breathe, they die very quick. So that's the idea of the soapy one. I actually made up a soap spray last night. It was we had a little party in the garden, and the soap spray worked pretty well. I thought I'd missed a few wasps, but you see them fly off, like they fly so high so quickly as soon as they get sprayed, and then they get to maybe 30 foot in the air and just drop straight out there, bump onto the ground dead. So the soap spray works very well. I would recommend that to anyone. Don't buy fly sprays, there's no flaming good. Buy just the cheapest dishwasher soap and water. Mix it in a big spray gun, and any time they come flying towards you, just spray them. You might see I'm sweating a little bit today. It's pretty warm. It's 37 degrees here at the moment. So I'm working in the shed where it's a little bit cooler. So okay, I'm going to go on with this, and you'll see how I got. First off, I'm going to just draw a line. Draw a line with Sharpie in the middle. video so you don't get bored. Right, that's all I need. I'm just hanging it up. Once it's started, it doesn't have to be perfect. Right, that's good enough. This will sit down into there. Now I left it a little bit longer because what I'm going to do is cut down on the edge of this and fold this out so that it holds it better into place. Just a load of little fillet cuts all the way around the edge, about the same depth. You don't have to be perfect on this. The wasps aren't really going to complain if it's one way or the other. Made earlier. Oh, it's not. This one, I just want a straightforward cut. It doesn't matter, I've cut it, but it doesn't matter. It's really hard, horrible cheap plastic, this one. So all I want with this is two slits at the sides so that the wasps can get into it. So, like I say, I'm not really bothered how pretty it is. A couple of holes in here to hold the bait, because the bait has to be fastened to the underside. That's good enough. So that is ready for to just put a piece of chicken as a favourite meal for the wasps. They really love chicken. So I'm going to fasten a piece of chicken to the underside here. The idea is when they fly in, they go to take a piece of the chicken weighs them down a little bit more, and they always drop a little before they take off. So the water will be filled to just below, a centimetre below where the chicken is, and that'll be soapy water. They take off, drop into the water, and there they remain until empty out. So that's the two almost ready. Just got to stick this thing down so that the wasps don't get back out. For this I'm just using hot melt. It's really hurt oiled. It's actually melting the bottle, but never mind. Should have tried that one before. Never mind. Good enough. Perfect. They're as perfect as it needs to be. Yes, it doesn't have to be 100%. May just do a little bit around here. That won't melt quite so easily. I should use the heavier bottle. It was the ones I had to hand, never mind. I'll do it. I'm going to try something just a bit different. just for fun. If I was going to do this again, I would definitely use the thicker Coca-Cola bottles. These very, very thin ones that we get here in the 1.25 litre are very, very thin, and the hot melt glue actually melts them. So I've decided to put a little bit of plastic over the top, the bits that I cut out from this part. I just cut these and place them over the top for strengtheners, because the hot melt glue, as I say, was actually melting the bottle instead of sticking. But that's not a problem. It's nice and solid now and nice and firm, which is what you want. You don't want it popping up, and the bees, or the wasps I should say, bees don't actually go in these, and the wasps escaping. So that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Might not be 100% pretty, but it's fine. I'm happy enough with that. So I'm going to now make up the mix. I'm going to make up a mix and stick the chicken in this one. The soapy water. This one here gets the sugar water. Okay, well, I'll show you how we go on later. Okay guys, as you can see, I've now got the box baited up. It's just a piece of chicken wing, and it's just suspended with elastic bands. I've got it quite high up with water, so that when they do land, or when they do fall from the chicken, they don't have to go too far. Just using the cheapest wash up soap, and so all that does is breaks the surface and kills the wasps at the same time. The other one, I already have this is a sugar and water mix. It's a cupful of each, and this is the lid that goes on this one. This one's a honey trap basically, and this one is a meat trap. So I'm going to set them both up and see how we go on.